Chad, Ben, Darky, Lydie, God Gamer, the GOAT.
So let's see, if we look at the top 22 here, which is, let's see, we do see 6 Necromancers, we see 4 Juggernauts, 1 Champion who is now a Slayer, we have 4 Hierophants, 2 Guardians, 3 Guardians, 1 Trickster, and 2 Pathfinders. So actually, like, quite a good spread there. Quite a good spread, and people aren't that far away from each other. The lowest in top 22 is 52, and the highest is 64. So the difference between even as far down as 22 is only 12 levels. Just maybe just like an hour behind Ben at this point. It's very good. Like people are doing really well. There are no
I'm curious if we're gonna see Ben in Exile go for Syndicate buff.
Oh. Now I will remind people again, in some gauntlets we've had people that are like finish the gauntlet and then use that gear on a new character in order to win a second class. That is not actually possible in this gauntlet. So what we've done is that if you win one class and if you somehow finish on one class, which is extra hard this gauntlet, and you want to go for a second win, you actually have to fully reset your gauntlet. So do a full migrate and have that confirmed by Near Lyro, and then start again completely from scratch. So that resets your atlas and everything. Yeah. So it is literally impossible in this one to win 2 classes.
Yeah. Now the reason for that is because it turns out that a lot of the progression of a run is done outside of just 4 levels. Like things like atlas progression, currency, unique farming, and the fact that you can just pick the same build and put it on a slightly weaker ascendancy. So that rule became necessary because we saw what's happening is some of the really overtuned skills like EE were just dominating all classes, and the top races were able to just hop between the classes like
absolutely,
as I did one time. So that rule had to be made because it's an unfair advantage to have Ben just roll up in 3 different classes.
I'm missing a little bit. I wonder if we just turn it down to volume control instead of a YouTube. It's quite low on YouTube already.
It's
click volume control. I meant your Windows volume control. At the bottom right. Yeah. Sure.
It's on this monitor.
But that's fine.
Oh yeah, they can't see. You guys can't see what's happening. Oh.
You have to click a different voice meter over there. No. No. Go back up. Click that. Yep. And then it's maybe just gone to cable input or something. Yeah, there.
How did you know that?
How do I know that? 8 years of streaming.
Okay, I'll just put it at 50%, and then I can turn it up. Mm-hmm. Just shout at me, chat, if I need to turn up the sound.
Ben playing out of the ladder? No, he is rank 1. Done really well for a lot of people. I am surprised we haven't seen more high level deaths, but it seems like, and hopefully Chad agrees, seeing people really respect the ladder. Looking at these age people, I've never seen people so tanky before.
Yeah, I think that's worth pointing out. Like, we might not be seeing some crazy high level rips, but this is different.
Rank
we might not be
down.
seeing any high level rips.
There's very few high level deaths.
But yeah, as we are saying, the main difference I'm seeing is these are much tankier characters than we normally see.
Yeah. Well, we can celebrate that death by showing another t-shirt commercial. I'm very proud of how they all turned out. Hopefully you guys like the short ads. They turned out pretty alright.
If you're enjoying the gauntlet and the casting, make sure to head on over to shop.zizaran.com to pick up some merch, and you can look as cute as I do.
Oh my god. Damn cringe.
Amazing. We go back.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh god.
People cute. remember we have like embroidered shirts and stuff this time. Is like an idea my wife came up with. Dude, look at all those projectiles.
Oh, poor Khan, he's doing the classic thing where he swaps out one piece of gear and everything turns off. It's like, oh my god. Two decks off.
Oh, that's
Classic.
annoying. I hate when that happens. That was awful with
Tattoos
tattoos.
are so annoying.
Yeah. Slow was it? Oh. Oh, it's gonna be interesting to see if anyone gets anything big, like an early lightning coil or early fourth vow could be very, very interesting. Then you have to really focus on legion, which you can get early, and you can actually do like fairly safe legions by doing two-way legions. Is something we might see people doing.
Take a look at some of our other class leaders here. So I believe we had, well, I'll just take a quick look at over here. So I remember there was our boy Zlage over here. We had our boy Jung Rogaine over here.
We could look at SPB as well.
Yep, definitely.
He is rank 1 Marauder.
Alrighty. So we,
He's doing Quillam.
yep, doing the crawl lab.
Oh wow, that was very close to getting hit by that slam. Maybe he's too tanky to care. He's taking a lot of damage
So,
though.
technically speaking, I don't actually know if you know this, but Merc Lab is 68. Does that mean it's easier?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
So-
Merclub should be very easy.
yeah, because it
Absolutely.
actually comes into that Oasis mechanic, where by being zone level 68... Wait, does that also apply to Katava then? Is it zone level 68? Like, how does that work? Or maybe Katava's not 68, maybe
I'm
it's
not
67.
sure. No, I think it's 67.
Yeah. So it's just Merc Lab then that has
I
this.
think Merclub should be pretty easy and also doable to farm. And then for those that haven't seen, Uberlab is absolutely fucked. Wow, look at that amulet. It just got 70 life and res. Wow. But yeah, Uberlab is absolutely messed up.
Instantly puts it on. Oh, but then he has the dex problem.
5.
The classic. And he's
It's always
like,
faster attack, so you can buy a new one and you won't have to get more decks. Now he's thinking about what to do. Is he gonna do undeniable to not need accuracy anymore, or is he going for untiring? So he hasn't like fully planned this out and has to make some changes underway.
well, that's the thing. I prefer a dynamic gauntlet.
I just finished a 200 milliliter whiskey. I've taken a sip every time he said absolutely.
Absolutely.
Do I say it a lot?
Absolutely.
Wait, I say it.
Absolutely.
Actually?
Absolutely.
I haven't noticed.
I think I've been saying it occasionally too. I only caught myself saying it twice.
I can't remember a single time I've said it. I've been drinking since long.
You both say a lot. I don't do it intentionally, I promise.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him. That's funny. Someone called the ambulance. It's been a meme 10 minutes into the stream. Very, very. Does this go to? Yeah, I feel like I say that more. That's very funny. Alright, that's a nice thing.
Oh,
I'm surprised he's actually trying to fit the decks instead of just getting a lower faster attacks.
Yeah, he's like actually like, what do I do? What do I do? He's molding. I
He
know.
just buy lower faster attacks! Oh, and Exile is the first to enter the Oasis. That is not the map Oasis.
You
see
can
that?
explain that real quick while SPB struggles with his poor decks.
Yeah, so the Oasis is basically in white maps, we made it super easy. That's something we're experimenting with. We obviously do try to make each gauntlet a little bit different and a little bit interesting. So campaign is supposed to be really, really hard, which we're seeing in how much like prep and stuff everyone's doing. And then white maps is supposed to be very easy. People are supposed to be able to farm up because we didn't really feel like there was a big necessity to like mess people up during the campaign, campaign and white maps. So having something to look forward to We thought was pretty important there. And then yellow maps, red maps are just incredibly hard. And the Ubers are very different this time, where Ubers actually are possessed by Aziri. So that means that we might see people doing the meteor phase from Sires while they're getting double flame blasted. I don't know how that will work during memory games. We don't have access to actually see this, but it should be very hard. And those are not cosmetic Aziris. They're like very, very high damage. They are the same Aziris that are in the Valdos mechanic. That have been killing people left, right, and center and sending people to the void. So, very, very deadly version of that apparition.
They're not ghosted though.
We did think about making it ghosted. The reason we didn't go with ghosted mode, which we did one, was that it would be a random ghost, and some are scarier than others. We do try to keep in mind that we don't want there to be a lot of RNG. It is supposed to be very skill-based, and hopefully most people feel like that the Gauntlet is very skill-based and not just like luck of the draw and what you get. It's very cool for an item item-dependent game like this, where things can make a big difference, but it still feels very, very skill-based. I think the only like big RNG factor, honestly, is Uber Elder Fragments. Is what it comes down to. Very, very nice test here for MXL.
Banking it.
Yeah, he doesn't have the sockets to use it.
We'll probably do a swap at some point with his niece, but obviously you don't want to stand in town for too long fiddling to try and put something in that you can't fit in yet.
Oh, and there are limited portals for a lot of the bosses this time. We were also going to have an additional 30 to 50% more AoE than we already had, but GDD did say if you want that few portals and that AoE, it doesn't really work because there's so many of the moves they have to log out from, because it's a guaranteed one-shot move, and you have limited portals. So,
by the way, I'm just noticing, Exile's progressing already.
yeah.
I was guessing like mid-70s for progression.
Well, so that's very different now. You do want to get to maps as soon as possible because the pen is getting increasingly scary.
I guess you're right. I mean, I guess it's worth a little risk to get through that campaign and get to that oasis.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we were hoping to see people do. But dying now is going to be devastating. Dying Act 8 to 10. Absolutely full reset, and you will have to go through everything again. But farming here as well is very scary. There is a lot of monster modes and stuff, like the obelisks and stuff with 15% pen.
Did you see he actually ID'd the box too?
Oh, did I say absolutely? Yeah, I did ID the box.
Is that what chat's counting? Oh gosh. How's the other guys going? We can
let's go.
replace Jangen's
Do a
late
little
for just a
update.
moment.
Check on the
I'd
Diablo
be
guys and
surprised if they're
Terrans
still
as
going.
well.
They are.
Holy gigachads.
Holy.
Death counter 4. Oh, he's coming up at Merveil.
And Rax has not died yet. He's just he's chilling. He's just taking his time gearing up. He's got a falling. He's doing very well.
Oh, let's check MB Extreme as well. He had a big death counter.
I think he's on MBX 11 now or something.
Yeah, let's put him instead of Exile. And we'll swap back to Exile when he does the boss.
Production.
Left, middle.
Thank you. Two eyes are better
Holy.
than one.
What's his death counter? What character is he on?
Well, it's I don't think it's 9
Character's
now.
dead 9.
I think it was 9 before, so I think it's it might be not 9.
Very cool. EA champion good for 50. It's more of like, it is an okay build. You do get Fortify. How is happening? Things to do.
I think I see what's about to happen here.
Oh.
I
Oh.
was
Oh, he wasn't even safe. He's not in a safe area. Oh, he has to be really, really careful here, because if he hits too many of those molten shells, he is dealing fizz damage and not a like degen or anything. He's very tanky though. 440
yeah,
life.
I don't even know if it's that pepper, right?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen it in his red form.
I mean, it's working. He's going for like super tank. Honestly, dealing okay damage too. He should have a large life loss by now then. Let's move Exile in for MB Extreme so we can see, because he's going to be doing the Act 9 boss.
Oh, here we go. Now, obviously, these mini bosses themselves are reasonably dangerous, but the actual real challenge is going to be that amalgamation, that carcass boss. Very dangerous. The balls themselves will multi-proj. They're kind of like piety balls. They're very dangerous. And then it actually spews this brand-based AoE projectile, which is the worst kind in the Gauntlet because those do overlap. So I'm expecting that to be very dangerous.
We also got some cool stats from production. We have a new peak of Gauntlet launch day ever peak CCV with 47,000 or 45,000. So I'm glad everyone's tuning in and enjoying this stuff. It's also one of our first Gauntlet without front page. So even better. Even better. So I'm glad so many people are tuning in and hopefully enjoying the event.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Also, your viewer NDC banned from stream now.
I mean, it's always exciting that a lot of people are enjoying the event. I don't think that's a crime. I don't think that's a crime. Is that people watching or people playing? That's just people watching on Twitch. We don't really know. We could look at, on the other screen here, the Pee-wee Racing ladder and see a fun indicator. Not that one. Just look at it on this screen, because what we want to see is the, stop at the Pee-wee Racing. I want the actual Pee-wee ladder, because that shows stuff 15,000.
Oh, you want me to do it this
So
way?
I want to see... No, the pathfxl.com. Because that one shows top 15,000. Seeing what like the lowest level on the ladder gives a good indicator.
I'll set this up. Boom, boom, and then. Oh god, I am attempting to do this, but it's not
I don't
working
think I
very
need
well.
to be doing that right now.
Oh god, oh no, production. No, I got it. See, look, it was fine.
Yeah.
I had a blackout for a
And
second.
see here, the lowest level is level 5, so that means just level 5 characters and people that are chain dying early is 15,000. So quite a lot of people that are stuck early on, and you know, obviously like people have 10 days to play around with it and try to get level 50 and whatnot, but it's a fun indicator. If you're wondering how many people play the Gauntlet, I think the record so far for people participating, and we have full screen XL here for this, but it's roughly, I think, 35 or 45,000 unique accounts with over 200,000 or 300,000 characters dying. Obviously, a lot of those do die early. Wow, look at that damage, and this is without overleveling a large amount.
Unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna have the damage to skip a phase or anything like that, so he is gonna have to do the whole thing. So this is gonna be very dangerous for him.
Very scary. Definitely a spot where we could see a death here. But he really just wants to get to maps because it is so easy once you get to maps. So if he's able to do the strongest strategy of them all, just don't get hit, he is able to just cozy up in maps and start
Wow,
grinding.
I think he almost managed to skip a phase though. His damage is
Yeah, his
insane.
damage is nutty. And he has such a good like awareness of the game and what's happening and when he can deal damage and when he needs to like focus on dodging.
Wow. It looks so easy for him. I guarantee you it's not as easy as it looks. But he's able to...
I mean, I think a lot of people are maybe having the experience that they're watching the cast and watching people that are in Act 10 and how easy it looks for them and thinking like, oh, maybe this gauntlet wasn't hard enough, but then they're actually trying themselves and just getting absolutely slapped and going
Yeah, I
like...
mean, that did look easy, right? I'm telling you, first-hand POV, that it's because of the shotgunning. If you make a mistake, you die.
It's a mute XL stream.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I've died to Roas 5 times. Yeah, so it is very hard. But obviously we have had Gauntlet for quite a while now. I think, is this the 8th, 9th Gauntlet? I'm not sure. But people are starting to like, you know, very take it seriously and not try to rush. It is very much a marathon, and that's why it's also, people aren't staying awake as long.
We have a few clips from production.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did it +1.
This is Excesia. Oh, wow.
Damn.
That is a pure elemental move. So that is very, very different. Obviously, that is always a dangerous move, but now with a 15% 10, just absolutely shred. Wow. It's
Not
just
happy
like, did
about
I
that.
really die?
I'll replay the start
I was
again.
about to say, let's see that again.
Just look at the amount of balls.
Bam!
Jeez.
By the way, that was only like half of them hitting, so lots of balls to the face equals a bad time.
And then
We
this
have
is just
another.
a close call. But it must be really close.
What the fuck? Can we see that again?
I guess I can just do this. No. There you go.
Wow, I don't even see a health bar. Oh my god, I think it went down to 1 health.
I can't pause, unfortunately, but was it literally 1?
I think it's literally 1.
Wow.
Wow. Darth is doing Merveil right now, so let's go look at that. He is, wow, that is pain on his face. He's thinking like, am I going to make it to Act 2? And he has not seen the Weaver yet.
Alright, first act.
Alright, he's going for it. We can cheer him on, boys. Now, he actually does do very well in regular hardcore. I believe his goal was first Shaper. I'm not sure if he managed to take it down, but he got very far. He got into red maps. I'm not sure how far he expects to get in the gauntlet, but we do see him taking on Merveil in Act 1, clearing his first act, hopefully. Now, he's playing Caustic Arrow with Puncture, a very good Ranger leveling build, although he is a duelist.
Yeah. And it is really interesting to see as well, because this like does really like drive home the point of how dangerous the Gauntlet is, because while they might be like fairly new to Path of Exile, he has actually killed Ubers and stuff on softcore, so these are like, they're very good ARPG players, and like it really drives home how hard it is for a lot of people.
Yeah, now worth pointing out, the first build he attempted the Gauntlet with was Shield Crush, which is basically as melee as it gets. He very quickly changed his mind and went full range bow, just to like, just because he's terrified. You know, you don't want to be anywhere near these monsters. You can see he's trying to go as far away as possible. Like, don't go near me, go away, get away from me. But he seems to be handling it fine.
Absolutely. I mean, phase 1 going down very nicely here. He hasn't taken a lot of damage either, so he's been focusing a lot on his tank. Definitely cold rest cap, putting him at 60% cold rest because of the 15% pen. And he does have to be very, very scared here. Both the Banshee Scream and those geysers of water pillars coming
Now,
up.
she does have a shotgun.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna eat one. So she
That definitely could one-shot him. Oof.
Oh. Nah,
If that crits, he's gone.
Nah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
It is only a 5% chance per ability that it crits. I almost got one shot from Morale with cold res cap, yeah. The very scary thing here, the scariest thing right now is the red exploders coming up and then maybe just killing them is a very, very easy way to go, because all of them exploding at the same time with the 15% pen is crazy. You can see that he is like taking them out, and the Mirage Archer is aiming them down as well without him having to even think about it. And Merveil goes down.
Yes.
Absolute Giga Chad.
After Ford there, so he yeah, he's very happy with himself. He's very happy. Alright, very nice. Good job, good job, good job. Alright, let's take a look at some of our leaders here.
And Exile is most likely gonna go a early Merklab. He might also choose to literally farm Merklab, not only to get Transfigure Gems and maybe like backup ones as well, but is just a really good source of gear, and it's incredibly easy. 10% suppression chest.
I used to have a bit of a bad mindset.
Wow, that shield.
I used to always say that suppression is only good when you have 100%, because then it's reliable. But when you're not capped suppression, you still get a lot of survivability through EHP, just in terms of multi-hits. Things like Skelly Mages, for example,
Yeah.
are going to be completely lethal. And getting a bit of spell suppression early turns out to be very good, especially if you have access to that, like the spell suppression mastery. Having that 50% bump it up to an average of 75 is going to handle those Skelly Mages very well. And it might not protect you against an Azeri Flame Blast, but just don't do Azeri, right? Just avoid big spell one-shots.
Absolutely.
To still have a booster seat? No, I did think about having a killer, which is you did.
Like the same height when we're sitting. I was hunching a bit. So we are actually sitting on like fairly uncomfortable chairs because we just don't have enough room to.
Yeah, we're
to-
extremely cozy.
yeah, we don't have enough room to have the proper chairs that we brought over, so we're sitting on like literal kitchen chairs.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
It's way worse than I thought it would be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's awful.
My tushies are right.
Oh, I hate it. I might bring a pillow tomorrow.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. It's probably enough for me to use it for.
Stuff it together. Yeah, I could easily have a chair.
I think it's because I got more.
Thanks for making this happen. You're very welcome. And honestly, you guys are a big part of it too. Like, we couldn't do this without people watching and tuning in.
Yeah, I always say, as much as it is an event for the community, it's also an event for you guys. You guys make it happen. It literally would not happen without, you know.
And our sponsors. We can fire up an ad for... Let's do another displayed ad. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the gauntlet. Make sure you check out the displayed bounties, especially the this plate displayed bounty. And as another way to support the gauntlet and everything that we're doing, we have displays and loads of different custom gauntlets. So make sure you check them out. It's a great way to support. And the link is down below in the description.
Alright.
They're very tasty as well. We can't eat them yet.
Oh, you can try.
You can try. All right, that was pretty good.
He's in MechLab, by the way, but
Yeah.
like I said,
Absolutely.
it is an oasis, right? So.
Absolutely. Fuck. I'm noticing
Plus
it
one.
now.
Plus
I'm
one.
noticing it now.
Plus one.
Oh no. We need an absolutely emo.
Absolutely.
I wonder if we can get Orange to cook one up fast.
Alright, well, Exile's taking it on, but it should be pretty safe now. So, I wish I had like an image of all the mods. I can probably find one somewhere, but the mods have actually gone down in difficulty now. So for the first time in Golden
Look how
history,
slow he is.
yeah, it doesn't go up in difficulty; it goes down. So the campaign being the much harder thing to handle, and then white maps going all the way back down to something more reasonable. Still insanely dangerous. Don't get me wrong. Like this is like if you had 4 damage mods on a map, but it's still
Totally.
less than having the penetration on there. Maybe it's on your website.
No. Oh, maybe.
I feel like you
Misery Gauntlet. Click it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you do. No, maybe I can like. Yeah, I wouldn't mind just showing real quick. Although I'm gonna have to do it this
Just
way.
copy paste it.
You mean make it like a thing here on the thing?
No. It's not a bad idea either, but
Yeah, I'll just do it here. Super scuff style.
that's alright.
Okay, production. So, oh my god, it did the thing again.
It did that thing. I wonder why that happens and if we can fix it for tomorrow.
Well, technically,
That's the one you want to show, right?
no, I technically want the. I think this is it. Yeah.
So here you can see the campaign modifiers is monsters take 30% less damage, making them tankier, they deal 30% more damage, and they're 30% faster, fire 2 additional projectiles, fizzes extra chaos, and pen, making it very deadly during the campaign. That's why we've actually seen surprisingly few people dying, but we've never seen people going this like tanky and stuff, so very, very
And
interesting.
then look at the white maps, like a complete like relief, losing the haste, the pen, and the extra chaos as well. So definitely, like, look at that, look at that.
An absolute oasis. So here's where you're meant to farm and prepare your gear and give yourself a little bit of reprieve. And then we can move on to yellow maps, which they're kind of fucked, especially for sanctums.
So they're gaining an extra bit of DR there, and then this is toxic, 60% haste. I don't even know how they're gonna handle that. I guess chill, right? They're gonna have chill. at this
Literally
point.
need to have chill.
So luckily, necromancers in particular with desecration and corpse pact do get access to up to 20-30% chill. So I think that's gonna help a lot for the necromancers at least. I don't know what the jugs and Khan are gonna do.
Die. Maybe run skater boats.
Yeah, maybe. And then red maps are just what the fuck's this?
Yeah, so these were supposed to have. Oh no, those Uber bosses were supposed to have more months.
Yeah, so it's gaining that physics extra chaos, so you do need chaos rays by this point, and they're taking even less damage and doing even more damage. They are losing the haste at least, but then they're getting the AoE, so it's and then getting 4. I don't know. This is toxic. Could have left it at 2.
Huh?
And then Uber bosses are just...
Yeah, so the Uber bosses were supposed to have 100% increased damage and 60 or 70% AoE. But that was too much. so we do have that monsters take 40% less damage, and Uber bosses already take, is it 70% less damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is multiplicative, so 40 multiplied by 70, which I don't know math, but it is quite a large damage reduction. So Uber bosses are very tanky. If I remember, it should take like anywhere like 10 to 20. Yeah, 82% damage reduction. So it might take like 10 to 20 minutes, maybe as much as 30 minutes per Uber fight. So they're like long, really, really hard fights. So you need to make sure that your build is low to sustain. And then 80% increased damage, 30% haste, 2 multi-proj, 30% AoE, and the new thing that's really special this gauntlet is that you are attacked by the apparition of Aziri, the Queen of the Ball. So you can get double flame blasted while you're running out of a meteor and just die with like not much of a counterplay except...
Yeah, some of these Uber bosses, I don't even know if they're going to be possible.
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly, and that is part of the point. Like, something shouldn't be possible, you don't get to practice, and you do really need to consider which boss do you want to go for and what are you going to do.
Now, I'm curious if we're going to see Exile consider farming Merc Lab.
I think so. I think he's gonna finish this right now and go back in for a new one right away. That's
Yeah, I think so, because he has those VD gems ready to swap 1-to-1.
yeah.
So, and that makes sense. I mean, he's currently in a safe spot. Like, the Oasis is a lot like, I would say it's safe. For, at least for these.
And this, like, Katana actually might be a little bit dangerous, where he's kind of like bypassing this while literally getting to abuse the fact that this is considered the Oasis already. You get to actually finish the campaign, and maybe that's why he wanted to get to Akron so early, because he doesn't have to do Valenta, which Valenta is a big killer during the gauntlet. There have been previous gauntlets where we've been recommending that you wait till 80 to 85 to do Valenta, and we've seen players run in as early as 75 to Valenta, and we're literally talking about the skill point in the campaign, and dying already at 75, so it is very scary. But now, like, he bypasses it and can just farm safely and run, and now, compared to the build right now, he's very, very unlikely to die in Merc Lab here.
Although, I mean, it is still lab, so...
What is happening?
He's got 1 life loss and not much regen. And it is lab, right?
No regen. Feels like...
He's a tiny bit.
Mate. Am I caster cursing him? Anyway, there's no way that I saw dies in Merc Lab.
There's
I
no
really
way.
do. I really do believe
There's
that.
no way.
I really do believe that. Let's have a check instead of Karn. Let's get a Rise as well. See how he's progressing.
So
He's very
reroll
excited with the
PT.
reroll. He did not die. He actually on the first lab got the gem that he wanted to, and he's using it already.
Yeah, I wonder what it looks like. I mean,
Wow.
now you're supposed to technically have 2 of these gems, to be clear. I believe. Oh, I guess they actually share the same mod. Yeah, I think so. This should be 2 different types, maybe. So he only needs 1. I'm curious how it actually feels at this stage of the game. He doesn't have any mastery.
So he has the Reign of Honor ones?
Yeah,
Very cool.
I think the moment he gets his normal lab ascension, he'll be chilling though. That thing alone will.
So what's the big thing he's gonna be picking up in Control Lab? I don't even know what he's ascending.
Well, he's a guardian, right? So he'll go for the Sentinel Radiance, and then that just
Kills everything.
yeah, like that's instant clear.
Yeah.
And then when he gets his crawler, that's when it's triple aura, and that's when the bombers pop off.
Yeah. Very cool.
He's passing to bow mastery again, so that bow mastery will double his FPS.
Oh, he needs a cooldown
Well,
reduction.
double his like clear speed.
Oh, Iron Soap just died at position 15.
That was, if I would cut the ladder, I should probably just have it open. That was actually
A higher Hierophant.
Yeah, a Hierophant. So, red.
Damn.
Just taking a quick look. Oh, you can't see, but
Wait, what?
yeah, can't hold over the gems, unfortunately.
Oh, the gear looks so bad.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad ones.
He had white gear.
It could have been
What,
snap
spot?
shot,
Oh.
so.
Yeah, maybe. Kaiser is doing Dodri. So he's been farming a little bit. See that he's very ooh, wow, goes down to 30%. So you can see that it's not very far off one-shotting people. A unlucky crit anywhere could be enough to like wipe you out at any point, and that is what we're seeing, that people are dying. I expanded the ladder for you, so you don't have to cheat with me on your side chick. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know you could do that.
So like, if I would bet
Oh, that's so nice. Thanks, Federon. So now we can see all 15,000 at the bottom. Oh.
Oh, I might have to report.
Well, no, because like this doesn't let you see multiple pages. This is the
Oh, right, I see what he means.
the actual thing. Yeah. Just to see who's the lowest level.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
I see what you meant.
Very cool. So now we have
Yay.
15,000. So level 5 is the lowest level that actually shows on the ladder. And I think we can like somewhere estimate that there's probably 40 to 50,000 plus characters already made on day 1. What actually is that add-on thing? What's in the thing you made? What's in your thing? It's just in the app. We just dragged PoE ladder into one of the cameras. You made this.
You made this video. So where's the ladder? So you can actually find the ladder on the official side because this event is supported by GGG. I can maybe, is this gonna brick again? Yeah. Well, I can't move on. But if you go to the official Buzz of Exile site under events, you'll actually find the event listed officially. Or you can go to Out of Exile list, and that will actually also have the likes of fire.
Yeah, that's just us dragging it into the tool fitter on. That's what it does. I'm not last on level 6. Honestly, like once you get to level 6 and you just start over leveling, maybe in Submerged, that you'll see yourself progressing quite nicely. So keep it up. If my character's dice, can I get rewards for levels in this case? Yeah. So if you have like multiple characters dead at level 50, let's say that you are trying to get to 90, but you die multiple times at like 50, 60, and 70. It's the same as having multiple characters entered into the raffle. So let's say you were really keen on a PC, you could level up like 5 or 6 level 90s, and people actually do that. Obviously, like the first character is a lot harder than the second and third. So yeah, a lot of people. But it's not a PC this time. It's a graphics card. It's a 90, and we are during the gauntlet going to do a giveaway for a Starforge PC as well. We'll talk about it at some point. If the gauntlet wouldn't get cleared, will it keep the same difficulty until people can or tone it down? Honestly, I'm already thinking I would like to have a harder gauntlet.
You monster.
I would like to have a harder gauntlet, especially the Act 5 to 10. Or maybe, no, honestly, maybe Act 1 to 5 should be the hardest. But what I would love to see, if GGG can make it happen in the future, would be once you clear the campaign, for your future characters, the mods are gone. So you only have to deal with the hard mods once. I think that would be really cool. Karn is going to Solaris Lunaris. Oh, thank you. We should check that. Do any thoughts to provide physical prices to those who live in Russia? Is there any restrictions? Yeah, we might have shipping issues. But usually, like, sometimes we give cash or something through PayPal instead. But yeah, like, if you live somewhere where it's really difficult, yeah, that could be a problem. Oh, he's going for it. Ooh, 6-socket Desert Brigade.
Yeah, he's making note of that. Like I said, he's so socket starved, so the extra sockets there will come in handy.
If I was Karn, I would go bank that before doing this boss, because this is a very like likely place to rip.
Yeah, he's betting on himself.
He's betting. Are we going to? No, I don't think he's gonna die.
Wow, Nordwinds is overtaken. Progression.
Wow. No way, dude.
I wonder if he knows how hard the spear hurts.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not gonna one-shot him because he's a Slayer. He's actually decently tanky good.
Yeah, you guys have that overlay. Does he have overlay already?
No, it has VR, I believe.
Right. Damage is really good. Oh.
Yeah, he's missing that overleech. Until he gets overleech, he's not the immortal god that we know.
One down. Okay, this one should not be able to kill him the same as Solaris.
What happened?
He almost died.
Oh god.
He went down to like 5%, 10%.
You gotta keep casting your curses, buddy.
Okay, but at least now he's coming in with like full
Yeah, the
potions
best
and
part
stuff, so
is
there's no way he
did
died
the
now.
noise. Oh! He did the noise.
I did do the noise. Absolutely. Just take a huge shit in his pants. Well, thankfully, I'm not racing right now, so it's pretty chill for us.
Worth pointing out, he actually entered with Fortify, which is very smart.
Yeah.
Like he made sure to go in first. He doesn't have his normal win flask yet, so he just pops them off
Yeah,
before he entered.
totally.
Went and grace.
Thankfully, I'm not wearing pants. Actually, I am totally.
Alright. I stream now.
You're streaming out.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
How does it feel on the viewer side of things? Yeah, so normally, as you guys may or may not be aware, I participate in the tournament. And I do sometimes well, sometimes not so well. This is my first time ever actually just watching people play the gauntlet. Because normally I don't have the time, so. So it's actually, one thing I'll say, Gauntlet is a stressful event, so watching it is a lot less stressful than playing, because you're so petrified. I would describe it as a tenseness. You know, you're always tense because you're like, I could die right now. So I'm normally very tense. This time I can just, I can relax a little bit. Obviously, not to say casting is a walk in the park, but it's definitely less stressful than like, tightening my cheeks for like 8 hours or 20 hours straight. So I was tense and then I died. Then my second character's blasting. Well, yeah, it's nice when you feel powerful, but it takes a while before you feel powerful. At least I will say, and I told this earlier, that the Oasis does give you that sense of safety that I like. I prefer feeling safe. Well, to be clear, I like it when it's hard, but not permanently. Like, I like the idea that eventually I can overcome the game to the point where I'm safe. I don't want to be constantly worried about dying all the time. At least, like I would describe it the way Chris Wilson described it, where maybe 80% of the time, 90% of the time, you're playing the game, and then 10% of the time, you're super focused. Because if you're super focused 100% of the time, it's a bit too stressful for me. Which this gauntlet probably will be, like that for the most part. I don't want it to be constantly hard. Exactly. Sometimes I just want to, grind, Ben is 3 levels ahead over Nick, lab density. Well, that's the thing. Ben obviously got very lucky and was able to get the volatile dead full quality he needs. So Exile's going to have to sit in lab, for some time to get that. It could take him a few hours. So now, luckily, it's not a complete waste of time because he is going to get some decent gear, hopefully. Although, realistically, what kind of gear can you expect to get in lab? So we'll see. Top tips for a softcore vet moving to hardcore. Logout macro, play a very meta strong build. Obviously, that's not to say I have to, but it makes it a lot easier when the friction and the difficulty is not your build, it's just you as a player. If you know you're playing the right build, you don't have to worry about like, am I playing the right build? You just need to worry about, are you playing the build correctly? So it just eliminates one, issue right off the bat. So meta build, again, not saying you have to, but Ben's about to do Act 9 boss. Indeed he is. Level 71.
Nothing like
I'm curious if it'll look as smooth as Exiles, because Exiles was super smooth, so should be fine. New rule: disable logout macro. Alright, I'm gonna go on a logout macro stream if this doesn't come right now and hold me back. I'm gonna go on this rant. I'm gonna do it. Do it, I dare ya. Now the reality. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna. Do it. Oh, I have to hold myself back.
Why?
Don't tell me.
I'm not gonna censor you. You're free to say what you want.
Fine. The reality is, logout macro allows you to play the game with pinpoint reactions. Like, you need to react like that. That's the difference. You don't. Instead of a battle of attrition, you have a battle where you could die at any moment instantly. Like, you have to really be on the ball. And as we see in the Gauntlet, I could show you the list, but there are literally tens of thousands of people dying. So I don't think logout macro would have saved them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've seen, like, there's different approaches to what happens when you disconnect. We've seen the D4 approach and we've seen the PoE approach. And I would say that hardcore and PoE was a lot more fun for me than hardcore and D4 because of the different approach. Absolutely. Also, I realized I won't be going home at 4 a.m. I'll be going home at 5 a.m.
Why?
Because the gauntlet started at 9, right?
No. The Gauntlet started at 9, but the cast started at 8.
Oh, right. So we're ending at 4. Right.
Yeah, if you want to go for the 8-hour cast. I figured a good point would be roughly people start entering maps and progressing the Atlas. And
Yeah,
they're
I'm
in the
chilling.
Oasis.
I'm chilling.
So,
I'm
because
having a good
obviously,
time.
while it would be nice to cast the Gauntlet 24/7, I don't think we have it in us to do that for 10 days straight. I think we'll die.
We need Karen to be one of the casters for that.
Yeah. But the cool thing is, when we wake up, they'll have progressed through the Oasis, and we can hopefully get some nice content.
We have a Fox McRave rip in the clip thing. And I'm apparently
that
gonna
was
laugh at
the
it.
Scion, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh at it apparently.
Oh no.
I take requests.
Let's do it this time.
Remember to live.
Haha, no wait. I'm waiting.
Haha! Wait, too early.
I'm ready though. Why did
Rip.
died to Tuco?
Yeah.
Sag.
Sag. I'm free.
You're not. Get back on there. You better be starting another character right now. You're not free.
Oh no. Yes, obviously that pen, and then if you get stunned as well, and then overlapping mechanics, I mean, I think we do see a lot, like, look at that, the beam, and the ground effect, and the boss all at once.
See, logging out would have saved him. GG.
Seeing Ben log out there, maybe he died.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that.
That was an unfortunate time.
Rax doing well. Still not having died. Deathless in the gauntlet. Must be feeling pretty good about himself right now.
Yeah, he's just playing it slow and methodical.
Absolutely killing it.
I just realized he has a bomb. Is that cow? Binding orb? Binding orb.
No, because Binding Orb doesn't... Oh, they made it bypass again, right? They fixed that. They also could be from the chat. Is there music?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, wow. That's Sunder doing work. It'd be really fun to, like, get Rax and DM in a voice call at some point and ask them about their first experience with the Gauntlet.
I hope they just like, I hope they just like yell at you. Why?
What? That's wonderful. I got a 4-link from a vendor in Act 2 once. Yeah, if you're high enough level, you can. Do that now.
Sorry, what's that?
You get a 4-link from the vendor in Act 2.
Oh, right, 'cause the thing's the thing.
Yeah, it made it worse.
Alright, right, yeah, look, Rax is pretty happy, dude. He was there in Shackle, he did it. Very
Look
nice,
at that
man.
smile. That damn smile. Man, look at the AoE from Bone Shatter. Like, just such a nice melee skill.
What if Exile's still building the lab? He might be there for a while. I'm not sure if he plans to stay there until he gets what he needs, but I think he is.
Yeah.
So he might be in a
So
prison.
you can see some of the gems are gone from his inventory already. And Merklep can, I believe, give the make this a transfigured skill gem off the this time.
According to chat, this is Rex's first ever hyper character.
Wow.
He hasn't done yet. Well, how is it possible?
Wow. So he's just like, this is too hard? What are you guys talking about? Yeah, is there any hardcore players that have played hardcore a lot and is dying in the gauntlet and they're molding a little bit that Rax hasn't died yet? I'm just saying. I don't understand. I don't understand. Boy, I don't know. Oh, very cool. This display to say? Yeah, no, it is very cool. It's a lot of different ones.
Okay, so he's not too far last than ours. So there'll be a bit of a content window coming up soon. Like I said, these bosses tend to be filters. You know, there's like maybe like a small chance each racer dies, so we'll probably see a few
absolutely.
moves here and there.
Pay to comment. I think display is a product a lot of people genuinely like.
Suggest me a build to try. So Ziz actually has a few videos on his channel for Gauntlet builds.
Two
I think-
Marauders.
yeah, I think there's a few as well. You could also try to attempt to copy Ben and Exile with their build. They're just doing a very stock standard Armageddon brand cremation setup. Don't even have to play it on a witch necessarily.
Yeah,
You see Jung Ron playing that setup as well on the Shadow.
the chieftain we've provided is so nice because even without uniques, it gets 87 max res on everything, which is so nice because he gives you like such an edge on that onslaught of damage you're taking.
Apparently Exile got the gem finally.
Oh wow! And
so he's free.
see, do you know what's funny is I believe that even if you find a low level sanctum, by the time you get to Lycia, if you do a white one, it goes up in level, right? So I don't think you ever can encounter a white Lycia except the campaign one. So it will be a yellow Lycia if you start in white.
Right. That's brutal.
So it'll be a 60% hasted Lycia. So Sanctum is really, really hard. And a lot of people might not think about the fact that it goes up in levels. So suddenly the monsters are going to gain 60% haste and kick your shit in.
So Nord I think was rank 1 progression. I'll just delete Khan for a second.
Poor card.
Oh, looks like he's also
Farming
classic.
that.
Yeah, he's in that jail as well. So Exile and Ben are at a similar stage of progression, with the difference being that they have the gem and Nord still needs to farm that. So
Yeah.
he could be stuck there for a while. It's pretty good that Exile and Ben got those already, because that can take quite a few hours.
Absolutely killing it though. I don't even know if he's played much in the Realms before. It kind of like came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, Ben's doing what do you call it?
Vedanta. This is a very scary one because of the AoE overlap and it absolutely shotguns. And the way it fires, like the beam it fires there, that is what people die to very often. And now with the pen and Fizz's extra kills, honestly what I should have done was Fizz's extra Ellie during the campaign. Like 90% Fizz's extra with the pen would have been really fun. I don't say absolutely all the time. I really don't know this most of the time. Fuck.
Absolutely.
You demon? I just like providing you guys with good content, alright? I'm a content creator. Literally not.
Do I need chaos rays in the campaign?
Absolutely.
Yes. So we've seen a lot of the races going for those amethyst rings, highlighting it on their filter. I'm not sure if everyone has it, but it looks like everyone has 2 amethyst rings, which is
2?
we've not seen that before in a
Truly.
in any event really. It's a first.
Truly.
So the chaos res is doing something right.
Correct.
So where do you get them from? So they're level 30. So vendors will sell them, and you can just find them on the ground.
Yeah.
The main reason why you don't normally have amethyst rings is you don't really pick them up. They're not on your filter, like they're not like highlighted, super special or anything like that. They're just another ring.
Early on, you're mostly focusing about capping your early res, getting a lot of life, and maybe thinking about suppression, but most people aren't thinking about chaos res until at least maps.
Now, I did mention this earlier, but we're seeing Exile go back. Oh, by the way, is that? No, that's not right. But we're seeing him go back and do those. Nice. We're seeing him go back and try those. Did he get it? We're seeing him go back and do those. What do you call it? Syndicate unveils. I'm not sure exactly what syndicate unveils he'll be going for, but maybe things like trigger would be good.
And the fire damage one is very high, and I think it only costs 6 or 8 chaos.
Obviously, the boot chance, things like onslaught can save you a fast slot there.
Crazy too.
And of course, because the unveil is such a, it's like a T0 mod almost. It's like a really good mod. Plus you have a crafted mod still there.
Plus 2 AoE.
So you can actually get some really good unveiled gear. If you're, let's say you get a ring and it rolls 1 res with life. So let's say it rolls life with an unveil suffix, and then you craft in a suffix. You all of a sudden have a life roll with 2 like a good crafted mod and a T0 effectively meta mod, and so that's going to be excellent to have at this stage of the game, and it's not that hard to get like 1 sort of mod. Like I've even taken some of those like endurance charge on kill rings all the way to red rings. Was the first to kill Katava? I don't think we missed it. I think
No one's killed it yet.
yeah, I think everyone got up to lab and then post champ.
Yeah, so right now what's going on is that people are using Merklab to farm as a safe zone for gear. Exile is farming for Unveiled gear right now, and Nordwinds needs his gear, and or his gem, sorry. Ben, I guess, already has his gem, but he's just farming, could be also farming for additional
This might be his
gems.
first one too.
Huh?
This might be his first lab.
Oh, true. True.
Yeah, 'cause he did get a bit more levels than Exile, so.
Yeah.
You can't.
Farming gem XP. True, he could be trying to get that volatile data CV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, can you imagine entering maps with a level 20 gem?
Oh, so nice.
And it's the Oasis, so it's not even that bad.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah, so the reason why the lab has different modifiers is throughout the throughout the progression of the gauntlet, there's different like mods stages, right? You can actually see on Nordwinds the mods on the screen right now. 30% more damage, 2 extra proj, 30% less damage taken by monsters. And this is much easier than the campaign modifiers. So this is what we're calling the Oasis. It's like a safe spot to farm. It's still, obviously, I mean, that's still a lot more dangerous than your normal,
Yeah, the
game, but-
multi-proj alone does make it like scary, but it is pretty safe.
Yeah, much safer than the campaign and much safer than yellow maps.
Yeah, however, what's going to be really interesting is normally we do see people do Uberlab pretty early, but in this, Uberlab is 60% haste, loads of extra projectiles and damage, and just very dangerous mods in general. So we might see people do a very late Uberlab because it's going to be way harder than like tier 16 Exarch and Eater and stuff.
Yeah, so chat's asking about why Exile's resetting the zone. So the reason for that is every time you reload into a zone, you have a chance to spawn a mechanic. Things like Delirium, Reinhardt, Alva, and of course Syndicate. We can see he's going for Delirium now, so I assume that means he has cluster jewels in his in-game PUB. Not sure which cluster jewel he wants specifically, but that's what he's going for here. And then also Syndicate mod. So you'll be able to see the Delirium mirror spawn at the waypoint, and you'll get a push back notification for it's a really good way of getting gear early in the game.
Absolutely.
So worth pointing out, mechanics only spawn within 10 levels of you, so he does need to do this now rather than later. He can do this in another zone later, but
This is the nicest.
Yeah, Foothills is the nicest zone to do this, so if he wants to do it, he might as well do it now before he gets above 72. What's the finish line? So, Ziz is hoping that there is no finish line. that people will die before then.
So it's just about getting more points than anyone else. That is the goal.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more interesting that it's less about like when will people finish and it will be if. And a lot of the other racers have also said they don't think anyone's going to finish. And Ben was saying that if somebody finishes, which he thinks he can, he is like saying he thinks he can finish, but it would be a very, very late one, like a day 9 or a day 10 finish.
If he clears this gauntlet, I will not even.
Well, there's also, we just don't know how rippy Aziri's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
wow.
Rank 7 down.
I think
wonder.
that was a class rank 1, if I'm
Stay
not
out of the
mistaken.
shadows. They bite.
Crew was...
No.
Oh, he was top 3 Templars. Rip.
Quite a lot of Templar competition. All the Templars are very high level. They're like right behind Karn.
So how do you check class ranks? So either the Path of Exile official website does have a ladder in their event forum, or Path of Exile Racing, which if you type !ladder in the chat, you'll get a link to the Gauntlet ladder.
Yeah, it's very good. PoE Racing is definitely the best place. And you can also check out like bounties and stuff like that very well there. So the PoE Racing website's amazing. Really, really good. Here we go. Of the same color, or sacrifice gem, or 15 million XP. Nope.
Nope, he's gonna be there for a while.
He's gonna be there for a while. Wonder if he's going for Dark Shrines. Why is Krima allowed but no Penance Brand? Well, because Krima is on the same par as a lot of other skills. That's why you see so much diversity on the ladder. And if Penance Brand of Dissipation was allowed, you would literally not see a other thing.
Worth pointing out as well, they're just leveling with cremation. They're not. They wouldn't boss with it. Not
Yeah.
with the, well, they can't for starters because of the transgem requirement.
Yep.
And yeah, like I said, this is just a leveling build. Like the intention is not to necessarily ban every single leveling skill.
Yep.
Like leveling is not necessarily supposed to be super or mega difficult beyond the mods themselves.
Yeah.
Restricted, I should say.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
PV racing refreshes. It depends.
Pretty often. 5 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Cremated Archives.
You can technically play regular for this brand, but remember you do need to actually score points on the boss.
Yeah.
On bosses.
Did you guys get food? Nah, well, we'll eat afterwards. Oh no, actually I won't be able to order afterwards.
Nope.
Maybe I should order food. Order food? I might just go to sleep afterwards. Oh, maybe I should.
It is indeed 2 a.m. So obviously the gauntlet starts quite late. So it is already 2 a.m. Suppose this
I was just trying to think if I want food. Ah. It's fine.
yeah, so to be clear, chat, I do have food. But he can't eat it.
I'm bricked.
He's got
I'm
he's got a special diet.
What levels do you think people will go for the Kitava kill? Around 72 to 74. I think it's less about levels and it's more about gear and all their other stuff like the gems, gem levels and things like that. Nordwind's back in lab.
Here we
and
go,
Exalt.
Ben, actual progression here.
Oh yeah.
Now this is actually a super dangerous boss.
Yeah.
It is easy to just not get hit, but like...
If it
It's
is, yeah.
super dangerous.
We've seen like a lot of gauntlets where people have gotten one shot.
Yeah. That one is, unfortunately, just don't get hit. That is the actual only viable strategy. It's super,
Yeah,
super,
we will
super, super
definitely
dangerous.
see people die to him.
100%.
Especially with the Fist's extra chaos, because he is a Fist boss.
Yeah, I mean, it is forehead, but like, if you get hit and you die, you can't get hit.
Yep.
Because normally I'm the kind of player that's like, if I can't tank it, I don't go in. But like, in the gauntlet, you sometimes you just can't overgear it that easy.
He is going for Dark Shrines as well, so, you know, sometimes he will eventually get like a twice enchanted.
Yeah. Take on the Diablo boys? Sure, while they're farming lab.
Let's check on Terrans too. Can check on Rice afterwards.
We'll do Diablo Boys first, right?
Right. Ben is doing fetid pool. Oh, he wants to respec points.
Obviously, if you want to see his rank 1 progression.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Darth is doing Wildwood. Why is Darth doing
Because
Wildwood?
of the Ascendancy.
Oh, he's trying to get that.
I don't think there's a problem with that.
I hope he like realizes how much it buffs so he leaves.
I mean, if he's doing the smart thing, he'll be doing it in a level 10 levels below him, which would be fun, actually.
Yeah.
But he might be greedy. Hopefully he's not... Oh yeah, no, he's doing this at level.
Oh. Yeah, that's scary. Is Norwin's a new streamer? Yeah, I haven't seen him before, so absolutely go like show him some love and hang out and maybe ask him questions and stuff.
To be fair, he's not trying to buff stuff. He's just trying to...
He's leaving afterwards.
Yeah, so it's probably fine. And then you wanted to say... You wanted
Terrence?
to check out...
And Rice. Terrence and Rice.
Oh, what is Terrence doing?
Okay. Ah. Wrath of Gaming, yeah. Rise is Bombarda.
It's always cool to see with the class Gauntlet and with the Gauntlet like this with the transgem requirement. We are hopefully going to see
A lot
some
of
pretty
cool builds.
interesting builds. So
Indeed.
absolutely. Alcon Solaris. Okay, we can take a quick look at Alkaiser.
Kaiser on Solaris, yeah. Definitely want to see that.
Goodbye.
That is a very deadly move if you stand in the middle of it. Solaris is
To be
down.
fair, he probably is the tankiest of all the builds we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Look at his molten shells, 4K already. He's still tanky. He's still
He
tanky.
literally cannot die to this. Probably the only one who can.
Because he's got that DR from the Ascendancy. So-
Yeah, so he basically has like 6k life plus.
Yeah, he's actually a god, dude.
Yeah. Changing his
love it.
filter.
Oh, here we go. Alright, Ben content window. Should we
The
full screen for
canals.
our first Act 10 Kataba kill of the Gauntlet?
Yeah, although let's keep it muted so we can talk over.
Ah, sure. Don't yell at me. Boom.
Stalemate!
No.
You're doing great.
Alrighty, so full screening Ben here. So this is the first Kataba coming up shortly. What level is he? He actually did level up, so he might be closer to my prediction. I might be
What was your prediction?
75.
Oh wow. I think 72.
Yeah, 72. So I wasn't too far off.
Takes a while to get to 75 here.
Yeah, it doesn't look that crazy. He has a nice shield, but obviously a bit hard to show.
Thumb is
here,
pretty bad.
but- Yeah, honestly, he is as basic as it comes. He does have that scorching life blast, which would be
I think he just wants to like finish and get 2 maps as soon as possible and then go up there.
there is some mad timing, but I think he's still running 2 Kataba, so hopefully the edge will be finished by the time he gets there.
Yeah.
So. Now, if you've ever done Kataba and gotten into maps, you'll recognize that there's that normally you get into maps and it's a decent increase in difficulty, and a lot of people die pretty much in their first map or two.
Yeah.
It happened to me. Don't worry, this happens to everybody. But this time it switched around. So when they're entering maps, the game becomes like twice as easy.
Literally.
So I'm not too surprised to see them rushing it. Well, quote unquote rushing it.
There we go. Perfect timing with that too.
Yeah, I think Chuck a little bit worried because we full screen, but I think ads should hopefully be over soon.
First time chatter. The first time chatter mode is so good.
As a rule of thumb, if your first message is completely negative, we instantly get tilted. Make it your second message. Make the first message like hi, and then the second message says you suck.
Yeah.
Just as a rule of thumb. The second message, that's fine. First message, at least have the first message be neutral. Okay, just as a little bit of backseat for the first message. Okay, second message is fine. Go in, but like, you know.
That guy said cock is his first message.
That's fine, that's ethical.
That's a good.
Alright, here we go. Katava time.
Wow, look at that damage.
Yeah, wow. Should be fine. Now, he's not Omega tanky or anything like that, but obviously this is a mechanical fight, and cremation is perfect for this.
Took a lot of degen damage there. Very fast.
Well, I think it's more important he gets the damage out and then moves, so just so it's a clean transition.
Yeah. And those heralds as well, they do AoE overlap, so they can be really, really scary, especially when there's two up, both attacking at the same time. You can get hit by over 6 projectiles. And if you're taking degen at the same time, you can see that it's very, very easy to get caught off guard.
Yeah, so he is playing Armageddon Cremation, but he will be swapping to, we believe, the DLC one.
Volatile Dead.
I'm curious when he's gonna swap as well.
Volatile Dead is also like a cool looking build, so I'm pretty excited. Like, I think it looks a lot more fun than Detonate Dead.
Yeah. I wonder if they're just gonna self-cast.
Yeah, maybe.
I've never actually used VD of Seething, so I don't know how it like feels to map on. Yeah, so Volatile Dead is not banned. So Ziz did ban DD in all its forms, but that was specific to the gem. So VD of Seething is a little bypass to the DD role there. But I mean, it's still infinitely more interesting. It's not Ignite based, and it is mechanically very different. So.
What move of Katava's is most dangerous? So Act 10 Katava is actually not too bad. Honestly, I think the ads are a little bit more dangerous than anything. It's also like the circles that like scrunch up and kill you. Wow, you got a Tanu Ahi. That would have been insane for a lot of the other players. Wanderlust too, which is nice for new characters. Is that +1 spell? Wow, but yeah, Act 5 Katava is a lot harder than Act 10.
There it is, entering the Oasis. So most likely he's not gonna go back. 5 hours, by the way. Yo, hands up if you did Katava, Act 10, slower than that in the regular game. Honestly, I've killed Katava in the regular game slower than that sometimes. Same. Especially when I found Betrayal, so that's crazy.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, see, this is getting... So, this is my point of view, okay? Let me just unfull screen here. I look at that, and I look at a massive amount of rips, the tens of thousands of players that die. He looks at that and he's like, Fizz is extra early.
I was literally thinking it too. I was like, it probably should be harder next time. This is literally what I'm thinking. Just sitting here like, what if we do 100% haste?
Chat, it does, let's be honest, does it really need to be much harder? It's already pretty hard, no? What? Bro. Harder? Okay, dude. I do like your idea of clearing it once and then it becomes less crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you beat an act boss, the mods tone down at a percentage or something.
Yeah, even doing it per act would be really nice. You kill Merveil, Act 1's easier. That makes it feel more like you're achieving something as well. You kill all the Ubers? Easy, you can keep farming. Terrans with the trap build.
I do not want to see Rex going past the coast next gauntlet. Okay, dude. Okay, dude.
Let's see. I kind of want to see how Tatantiel at the totem build's doing.
Definitely. Let's get some of our like more hipster sort of builds going.
Yeah.
So we got Tatantiel. We have
Dexter.
Executé. And who else is like a fight? Oh, and then
What's
Terran.
Dexter playing again?
We can take a look at Dexter. He's playing Bidge. It is 2 AM. Don't run, I guess. Yeah. Jung is planning on switching to a interesting build. We think now. Here's the thing: we don't know what he's playing 100%, but we think it's maybe Ice Nova or Vortex with Frostbolt.
Should be very interesting.
And then Rise with Dibama. Doing normal lab now, so he'll get that Sentinel lab absolution, so he should be cruising to Cruel Lab with that. And then Titaniantel, excuse me, with the
Tatiantel.
Stormburst Totem. I think he's actually now farming that gem that he wants. So he's going for Ball Lightning of Static.
Oh, yeah, because he's at 1.8k life in normal
I'll
life,
just
so
say
it will just be
there we go.
spawning.
Am I saying it right? But yeah, he's going for Ball Lightning of Static. So there's a mechanic where it either lines up or bypasses the cooldown or in some way. Maybe it only consumes the cooldown per totem cast. Something like that, I'm not 100% sure. And it's actually very strong for totem builds. We saw Rise was his league starter, I think. Or one of the
Yeah.
league starters.
Yeah, he pivoted a lot.
I guess we should have been doing first match of the Gauntlet and just
Yeah, I was gonna say. You see some hipsters, and then the number one. He's gearing up right now. So he won't be doing that much crafting right now. He will be trying to probably farm a lot of like essence, expedition, and try to get a lot of high item level bases and stuff. And generally what you do is you save a lot of your stuff as much as you can. Like you get like a nice minimum threshold, like maybe get some suppression, maybe get a decent amount of life, and you sort of like save your resources and farm up to your level 90. Go for those high level bases and craft like pretty okay Yin gear where you get like 13-14% suppression on a lot of the different gear pieces.
worth pointing out, he is indeed swapping to VD of Seeding, by the way.
You're right.
Right now.
So actually getting some new Gauntlet build here. So normally, obviously, you know, you see the Armageddon brand streamer into DD or you start to make traps or something like that. But now we're seeing actual new trans-gem gameplay already.
Look how he's setting up everything too for being like, what's going to be the easiest to chrome my gear in like different ways. And what do I already have colors wise?
Yeah. Now, obviously, this might seem like a bit of downtime, but it needs to be done, and this is the efficient
right.
time to do it. So he'll be doing this as efficiently as possible with, given how little currency he has to chrome and jewel everything.
Rise is looking for another, like for a blue transfigured gem now. So he's definitely not going for a second green one then.
I think this is also his normal lab first clear, right? So
Yeah.
maybe he's just sort of thinking like, what else could I maybe get?
Oh, he is going for a green one.
That is Volatile Dead of Seething, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I can't. We rolled the like meta skill of the Gauntlet. Oh, that's criminal, bro. I mean, to be fair, would he play a meta build?
No, probably not. Probably not. And especially like it is very, very hard to compete with Eggfall and Ben and whoever is playing that. So I mean I usually would actively try to dodge that as well.
Yeah, but he can play on a different build.
Right.
And doesn't care, dude. He's like VD of Seething.
Yeah, look at that. Very starved for like wisdoms. Just looking for gear upgrades. Wow, not a bad bumbo. Very high attack
Actually,
level.
it's a low level.
Yeah. He is low level too.
I want to spy Exile real quick just to see what voice competition is looking like here while he sets that out. Yeah, so he's still going for that
farming,
betrayal. So I'm very curious. What,
Very different tactics between the two,
yeah,
even though they're playing the same
he is
build.
going for the betrayal farm. Ben skipped it. I think the logic is that he can do it in map safe. And technically this is quite dangerous.
It is very dangerous, yeah. Because a lot of the betrayal monsters have so much damage, and a lot of them get very, very shotgunning. I think especially Corel with some of the fire moves.
You know the worst part about Betrayal for hardcore players is, I don't even know what half those abilities are exactly. Sometimes he just literally turns into a bomb and explodes and you die.
Another
Like-
hidden mechanic with Betrayal that a lot of software players especially don't even know that this is a mechanic that's in the game, but the Betrayal Syndicate members actually have items that will empower them, and some of you might have noticed it'll say like remove items from this branch. One of those items is that any attack by the Syndicate members is that they petrify you, making you not only you can use freezing immunity, that you either log out or you lose your character, and a lot of people don't even know that they have items.
Alright, now, I'm seeing some people in chat talk about Arm Exile's resetting. Now, a little tiny bit of a grey area, but obviously leaning towards the more like the allowed part. is that you're allowed to press one button per action. And so this is actually a 3-part script that he's using. Again, a little bit sussy, but I can confirm it's allowed because I mean I've used it and been used it in Exile.
You should all be banned. I did not use it, by the way.
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit of a gray area, but you know.
Now, a little fun anecdote about what he's doing right now with resetting the zone like this. I think it's the most Path of Exile nerf I have ever seen. So they're obviously aware that we can do this and that we actually do it to farm Syndicate and Delirium. Now you're wondering, what is the nerf then, Zizrin? So if you see every time right now, there's a monster pack by the waypoint. That didn't used to be there, so they hard-coded a monster pack to spawn right by the waypoint to annoy you while you're resetting. So that is the funniest and most Path of Exile nerf I have ever seen.
That's toxic.
It's very funny. And it makes a very big difference to it. Also makes it kind of rippy.
But yeah, anyway, just to explain why it's allowed, one server-side action per button press.
Cheating.
So as long as he's manually going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it's fine. He just can't do one button press to automate the whole thing. That would be botting at that point. So as long as he's manually pressing multiple buttons per act, you know.
Plus 2 projectile.
Oh, there you go. He's going for that.
It's good for cremation.
Yeah. Although
Increased ailments when focused.
Yeah. Assuming he does what Ben did, he doesn't need the ailments or the projectiles though.
Oh, minimum endurance charge. I wonder if he's going to go for that. No, he's actually just unveiling to learn it. Got a lot of good unveils there, to be honest.
Yeah,
He's
so
vendoring the plus 2 projectile. I'm surprised.
it's because he's not going creep
Yeah,
now.
he was once AoE then, I guess.
Yeah. So he's farming for Syndicate Cross right now. And as a side note, Delhi clusters.
Yeah, we can put on Alkaiser.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's funny. He's also in Foothills? That's
He's in the same. He's in footers, yeah. Although he maybe just got here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't know if it's Foothills farming. He's definitely got a Foothills farm because he wants the Fizz unveil. So I'd be very, very surprised if he doesn't. So tanky, 3.4k life.
So the reason why, chat, you might not see certain players playing certain skills yet is because you have to farm them. So people aren't playing Stormbrand of Precision simply because they don't have it.
Yeah.
But we will see people pivot into those skill gems as they unlock them through the lab.
Several racers as well have talked about playing different skills day 1 to 3, and then maybe like day 4 or 5, maybe even 6 or 7, re-rolling the build that they're going to play later, because a lot of the stuff is all about progression. So maybe something like a normal Bone Shatter, not even Transcendent Gem, might be what you want to use early and then change later on.
Oh man.
What?
Alk just got Flat Fizz and Hybrid with Leech, so if he annuls off that, well, you can't really annul that, that's the thing, they're quite rare. But if it didn't have that prefix, man, he'd have like a 450 DPS weapon, I think, at that point, and all front loaded on the damage side. No,
Yeah.
no suffix attack there. That would have been insane.
That's crazy. Ben's almost done getting ready, so we're gonna see like how different this looks. It should be like a very fun build to watch play as well, which is nice. I always think like DD is a little bit of a like boring build to watch, whereas like this should be like quite a lot better.
Well, it's like DD times 10, literally.
Yeah.
So, but then no ignite, so you know.
Yeah, it will look and play quite different.
It's interesting as well, when I hear about a skill like Volatile Bit of Seeding, so for those of you who don't know, the new Transgem released this patch that will wow, look at that Exile gameplay right now with the multi-prunch. Holy.
Yeah, so this is why we do see a lot of people wait very, very late. I've done a lot of gauntlets where I've been waiting actually all the way till 75 plus, or even 80. There was one time I waited till 80 plus because I was so scared of the Valenta, and I have actually died to Valenta in a gauntlet, I think.
Jesus.
And yeah, this is solo self on hardcore, but with a lot of extra damage mods, like penetration, multi-proj, crazy damage mods, haste.
Yeah. To go back to the Volatile Dead thing, it will actually pop 10 corpses for 10 Volatile Dead casts, with the downside that you can only have 10 balls out. However, if you ignore the balls and just focus on those pops, it does have that corpse explosion mechanic, allowing you to essentially abuse the same thing we do with DD. The difference is, of course, because you're doing 10 DDs, you can't really ignite them. So, different.
Boom.
Yeah, it is very different. It is very different. But abusing the same sort of corpse mechanic.
Yeah.
So even though they banned DD,
But it is still quite a lot weaker, and that's why you see so much skill diversity.
yes. So worth pointing out, the reason why DD Ignite's so strong is you whip out one Ignite and you just refresh it, and boss dies over time. But with this, we actually have to keep casting repeatedly. We can't just rely
Duckies, is it?
on Ignite there. They banned DD Pepe La. I know. I'm still happy to see BD this season.
Yeah, same.
You know,
I'm very
Not-
excited.
It wasn't even like brought up in conversation too much. So
Yeah, no, we're seeing quite a lot of different skills. Kaiser is now farming for the trail. Ben is about ready to go. Yeah, look at that. Look at those balls.
any big rips?
Quite a lot. No one top 10 in a while. Oh, top 7 died recently. We had a rank 1 or rank 3 Hierophant died. Yeah, rank 3 Hierophant died.
How you doing?
DD, detonate dead. Any plans for a Ruthless Gauntlet in the future? No, that's not something we want to do because we do want the event to be fun.
Yeah, I mean,
And it would take too long, basically. So that would be the removal of the fun part.
just a Ruthless event with kill and Uber would already be too difficult.
Yeah.
The only reason we even saw Ubers 2 Ubers cleared in the previous Ruthless event was because of a very, very overpowered Totem Explode build.
Yeah.
Extremely
It would
overpowered.
have to be like a month, I think, for an event like that. But also, like, I think there's a lot more RNG to Ruthless.
We see Ben with the MTX. That is a hardcore exclusive MTX, by the way.
Yeah.
Probably the only, no, one of the only. We had the Azeri helmet and the Godslayer Demigod amulet. Yeah, hardcore, by the way, MTX right there.
True.
Alright, and there he is showing off his build, trying out the mana, seeing how it works. I think he has 15k armor, by the way. That's insane.
That's actually really good for this early. He will be basically immortal in normal maps because they're so easy in this, and he's like way overkill. So there's basically a 0% chance that he dies in normal maps, and then the big scary thing is going to be yellow maps, or if he attempts sanctums early at all.
Yeah. So the reason why DD is banned is to promote diversity and other word, just to make things, keep things fresh and interesting. Because we have seen a lot of DD in previous gauntlets. So
Good luck to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he has like pretty usable gear right now. He doesn't have that amazing gear, to be honest. He's definitely going to be focusing on like mini gear upgrades now. He's just getting ready for maps, just to make sure that he won't die. Probably 50-60% suppression, I would imagine.
well, 50% with the suppression lucky mastery is all
Yeah.
you need to do everything up to like,
Yellow, red. Well, yellow in this.
yeah.
You probably do want 100% suppression before going actual yellow maps. I just cannot wait to see sanctums.
2 days of tier 5. I am curious. See, the thing is, you need to progress to unlock your Atlas and for Uber Lab. So I think I imagine they're gonna do at least yellow maps,
Yeah.
and then go back to the Oasis.
Yep. Most likely. But like I said, spamming Kiarak maps as well to get a lot, especially if they can get reds done early.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know how that mechanic works, is Kiarak can offer you a map, but early on you're only going to get white maps, but basically what can happen is a map that is naturally a red map, I can't think of any examples now, but like maybe City Square, can be offered to you as a white map, and if that map is rare and corrupted and you do the Kiarak mission for it, it will count as if you finished a rare red corrupted map and give you the bonus early. So that is actually a good thing that you can do in the Gauntlet. Normally you wouldn't need to because it's not that dangerous to do red corrupted maps, but it can be a really good thing in hardcore to bypass doing that. That way you can get both yellow and red maps early without actually having to do red and yellow maps in the Gauntlet. A little bit of tidbit of information that might help you in the future.
Alright, he's setting up his specters for the Boom Boom.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
And we'll be entering maps. So what he was doing there, for those of you who don't know, is they have currently made it, so this changes every now and then, so bear with me. Currently the way it works is if you have a Spectre and you desecrate it, you'll have that in your pool effectively. And so by summoning those highlight Spectres, They are now in his Desecrate pool, and every time he Desecrates, he has a chance to summon those Spectres, then he can blow them up, and these are the highest HP Spectres in the game. Well, they're all capped, right? So there's a variety of top HP Spectres that he can now blow up for Gigadan. So,
Absolutely. Here we go, the first map, and we actually get to see the build in action. First character to enter maps, first character to enter pier, and wow.
yeah, so you can see it doesn't have quite the same clear of the Ignite, but it is, I mean, the damage is definitely there.
Not a crazy amount of damage on the rares yet, but obviously everything is going to be upgrading. Now, I don't know what level he has everything at yet. Did he find a lab to give XP yet?
Well, I guess it's Corpse Life, so I wonder if he even needs level.
Oh, maybe.
Let's do a refresh here and see if he's kept it at low level. No,
It's
he is
still
leveling
15.
it. He is leveling it. So no, he hasn't got it to 20 or anything like that, but... And he is still leveling gems, like you said, so these are low level gems.
Yeah. He's changing his filter, and you can see that he has a lot of different filters prepared, depending on what he's going to need.
Now, it is worth pointing out, this is the one advantage that this build has, is it ramps. So, is it Corpse Pack that does it, or is it the other one? Mistress of Sacrifice. Oh no.
I can't remember.
Well, anyway, the Necromancer Ascendancy actually gives you the ability to gain a buff every time you consume a corpse. And because he's consuming 10 corpses every time he casts VD, he can ramp that and give up to 200% attack and cast speed. So that's going to make mapping nicer, and it's going to make bossing... Wow!
Oh! Wow! Rank 4 going down!
I'm not sure if they're streaming or not, but...
As we get a Witty Joe raid as well. Thank you, Witty.
Oh yeah, what's up, Woody?
Position 4 down. Damn. As Exile is taking on Katava. Yeah, most likely Solaris and Lunaris. I would think.
For what?
For the rank 4 bit.
Right, that would make sense. It's so dangerous.
Honestly, that build looks really fun. That does look really nice. I've all thought it was just a cool build.
Yeah, you gotta remember as well, it does have that 30% less damage, so...
Yeah. Yeah, things are a lot more tanky in the Gauntlet. Man, all the Hierophants are dying. It's gonna be interesting to see how Rise does, because he's now on his final build. For those that weren't paying attention, Rise got his Transfigure Gem that he wanted, and he was initially just making a duelist just to farm the Transfigure Gem, and he was gonna farm other gear, but then he got his Transfigure Gem on the first try, so he instantly rerolled to his final build. See the damage that Ben has and is putting out already. Such a big difference to how things were going through the campaign. Now even like actual map bosses are just like snapped out of existence.
Yeah, I remember that ramping as well, so the damage just gets better and better and better and better. I imagine for bossing as well, he'll just desecrate with a brand, potentially.
Yeah,
and then
most likely.
Just pop off, kind of like Blade
Yeah,
Boss style.
Arcanist Brand Desecrate for sure.
Yeah.
Here we have the heart going down for IMAXL. There's one more part of the face left, I think. No, this is it.
This build's gonna be OP. God, you know what? Screw this guy. I kind of hope Ben clears. It'd be so cool.
I hope he dies.
Okay.
I hope everyone dies. Death! Back into Flooded Mine. Seeing a lot of people wrapping up the campaign and going towards the end here. Like, definitely going to be a big, like, hard block at Solaris and Lunaris for a lot of people. So far, I believe we have Karn, Kaiser, Ben, and Exile are all in Act 9 and onwards, and everybody else is on the way there or about to hit there. Can we take a look and show the PoE Racing ladder so we can look at everyone's levels and stuff? So here we have, so level 72 is the highest in top 22, and level 59 is the lowest. So actually not a big difference here between the top and the bottom.
Yeah, worth pointing out as well that once they get to a point where they can re-farm, similar to Gem of Innocence, like Blood Aqueduct, Foothills, they'll shoot right up to 70. So they're not as far behind as you might expect.
And Ben and XL are gonna shoot up a bit there as well. Ben hitting a rank 173 there. And yeah, really cool build diversity, honestly. Like, that is a very nice ladder. Obviously, we do have Necromancers on top, and a lot of different builds. Karn being ranked 1 duelist there, and only 3 levels, or almost just 2 levels behind.
Dude, look at that Guardian split too.
Pyro and Guardian, and they're neck and neck,
But
literally.
the Hara is dead now.
Yeah.
I might take a look at that guy's build in a minute. But, for exile. Oh, we can have Khan then. I'm just gonna do something.
Oh, Karn just hit Bone Shatter of Complex Trauma, and he is smiling.
Too easy. Yeah, it's actually a gamble too, right? Because it
Yeah.
can not hit the right one.
Yeah. Very, very good. What's the 450 next to Exile? So in the Gauntlet we have something called bounties. We actually have like a triple tiered prize pool system. So the way that works is that we have different thresholds. So you can get level 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, or 95. And just by hitting those levels and doing nothing else, there are different prizes that you can win, like a cool graphics card and stuff like that, and a lot of other stuff. And then on top of that, we have bounties that are things made by some sponsors and some by the community. Like for example, we have the this plate bounty, which is who has the highest armor on a glorious plate by the end of the event, and I think it's like $500 for whoever has that. So there's a lot of different bounties. One of the first ones you could do was the first player to clear the fetid pool while only wearing boots. So there's like a lot of different ways to win money in the Gauntlet. And then on top of that, you do have the normal prize pool stuff, which is whoever gets rank 1, which is you get points by killing bosses and getting levels. So a lot of like different things you can do to win money. And so far the prize pool is around $30,000 total.
Yeah. So I was just taking a look at that rank 1 Guardian. If I maybe do some scuff tech right now. I don't know which one. Here we go. Here we go. Production. So he's actually on a 3-link, like unironically on a 3-link.
Wow.
With SRS. He's just using that ascendancy to carry him, the Sentinel of Radiance.
Wow.
So he's actually on a 3-link at rank 1 Guardian.
That's insane.
So
I mean, as soon as you get that Crow Lab, it's just
Yeah.
boom.
look at that ring. Holy.
Wow. Wait, why is he not crafted anything?
Doesn't need it. He's keeping it flexible. Scour was quite hard to get at this point. So,
That's true.
yeah.
Wow, look at the helmet. So both the ring and the helmet have an open suffix.
Yeah, and the gloves too as well.
Oh, he is sorted. So actually, he's trying to get the unmail for Fire and Chaos. And those. Because he can easily get 45 Chaos Rest then.
Right. That makes sense.
Don't do anything I would.
Yeah, so he's just like getting the map completion. Gonna be interesting to see what different like Atlas strategies people go for. Do you think a lot of people are gonna go for Expedition in Essence?
Definitely. Absolutely.
Do you think there'll be other strategies?
Well, I mean, all I can say is what I would do, and then maybe guess what they would do based off that. So I personally would do what you were saying. I would risk yellow maps, because you kind of need to anyway for lab. So I would risk yellow maps, try to clear that relatively early. I'd get like 5k life and then progress it with like 50 suppression plus lucky. So I wouldn't go too crazy, and I would try to just push through that. Then I would go back, just mash white maps like crazy, right? Like I'd get a ton of map sustain and just blast white maps for ages and do the Kurek strat. And then that would give me my red map completion. And in terms of Giga Gear, obviously you have to do Expedition to get the bases. Essence makes a ton of sense in white maps, like a ton of sense, right? Like,
Yeah.
like so much sense. Would I bother with Harvest? The Harvest is the best way to craft things like rings.
You get so little juice in my maps though.
I know, right?
And you
so,
can't get blessings.
I don't know what I would do, hey.
You probably do want some though.
I honestly don't know. Chat, I mean, let's just bring it to chat. Would you guys bother with Harvest in white maps?
We might have to.
Yeah, because they are so strong for crafting rings, in particular.
Yeah.
And things like res swap as well, right? So,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Rest swapping is absolutely.
Because here's the thing, you don't need 10k juice, 20k juice, right? Just like 3k juice, 4k juice, maybe even 10k, if you grind it out for a long time. Because fuck doing yellow maps.
Yeah, 100%. Yellow maps are so scary in this. honestly, I would not be surprised to see somebody spiking full into Carrack nodes early, just to like bypass even yellow maps.
Oh, you got the rip from the hairy infant.
Oh, alright.
You ready for the black screen?
I am ready.
Oh, I didn't do it. Look at that. It's amazing.
Oh, it's Valenta early. That's what I said. We were definitely going to see people going.
And this one is Mom, by the way, so he's just gonna get annihilated.
Oh! Oh!
Just obliterated, bro.
Holy.
Obliterated.
Absolutely destroyed.
I wanna watch that again. One more
Yeah,
time. One more time. Go again. Go again.
Damn.
Go again. Play again, clip. Okay. Wait. There we go. There we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Run to.
Damn.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Ah!
Clean 10 shot.
Oh no. Oh no, dude.
Brutal.
Oh, I did the thing again.
You did the thing. It's alright. Yeah, so this is why I'm so scared of Valenta. I don't know if there was anybody earlier that thought I was exaggerating, and maybe how bad can Valenta be. But hopefully now you see how bad Valenta can in fact be.
Yeah, so when we say, for the record, oh, Amexala and Ben did that so easily. Yeah. If they got hit though. If they got hit though. Yeah,
Can
that
you-
is a bad boss to die to.
Can you please?
Oh, God got his worm flask!
Oh, that is so big. Look at him.
He's so happy. He's like, I'm
Look
home.
at it.
I'm
Look at it.
home. He's so happy. Another rip. Another top 50 rip there.
27, yeah. Can you please list what campaign bosses are super deadly? So there are quite a lot of boss abilities they just want to avoid getting hit by. Very often in Gauntlets it's anything that's like super fist based, but now it's anything that's super elemental based. So Solaris is really, really scary, like Solaris and Lunaris. Innocence is super deadly. Kitava is honestly pretty okay in this one, relatively to the other content. Act 5 Kitava is still very scary, but
It's just
relatively...
mechanical, so
yeah.
you can dodge it a bit easier.
Exactly. Shavron is quite scary. Anything that's like particularly elemental based. Dodri is still very scary though, because of the Fist is Chaos.
I'll see if Exile is it
It's
in
been
maps.
a
It
grand
should be, right?
experiment, Chef. Time we saw the
Bye,
results.
Well, Kaiser is about to do the Act 9 boss, and I'm Exile is maybe gearing up for maps.
He is BD, so he has done the swaps. He's roughly doing the same thing that Ben was doing, getting ready for maps, swapping to that build. Interesting that they're both running. They're both running bone. Bone offering.
Yeah.
So they have a choice here, of flesh offering or bone offering.
Damn you!
Flesh offering gives you that attack, cast, movement speed. Very nice. They normally do go for that, for the record. And then we have bone offering instead. So they're opting to play it safe, even though the Oasis is already safe-ish.
That
I guess
multiplier
because
is still very scary.
yeah.
You have
I guess there's no reason to risk it, and they just go a little bit slower. And they probably get all the attack and cast speed they need from Corpse Pact.
And with a lot of the overlaps, then block is very, very strong for that, because you don't need to block all three of them, but blocking one can be like very large. See, he's got very, very good clear speed already, and dying right now and having to do the campaign again, he does not have a lot of twink gear. We did see him pick up a Wanderlust, but he does not have like a lot of things that'll make him like get damage and go through, so it would literally be a full 5-hour setback right now. He doesn't really have a lot, whereas dying later will be a lot less of a big deal. Like anything he does now in terms of progression, like any map, any atlas points and stuff, is huge. So yeah, you want to like leave dying, whereas like even dying day 3 or day 4 might not even be a setback at all, because you might have a full new gear set that you can swap to. But yeah, dying like early map progression is one of the worst things that can happen to you. It's very demotivating. Just means that all the time you wasted so far or played so far is a bit of a waste. And that's why you'll also see like very often when people die at a high level, they're able to get like, yeah, it might have taken them 3 or 4 days to get level 98, but they might be able to get back there in a actual half a day, because they already have tier 16 maps and everything unlocked, as well as a lot of spare gear.
Mm-hmm. A lot of that progression is front-loaded, so
Yeah.
levels aren't nearly as bad to get as the gear and the maps and the atlas and the
Yeah.
crafting materials and all that.
Getting all that gem XP, getting all the support gems leveled up is going to increase his damage quite a lot. So he will have substantially more damage. Obviously getting 1% more damage on all the support gems every time he's leveling will add up massively. Kaiser is fighting the Act 9 boss, and it seems pretty smooth.
I do want to see Ben Malachi here just to see him obliterate it, and then Alk on the Carcass boss there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Honestly,
things happening.
Honestly, his damage is better than I thought it would be. He just
Yeah.
kind of like cast Desecrate once, pop it, Desecrate once more, pop it, boss is dead.
Be careful.
You piety.
It'll be interesting to see if we have any like top 5 rips. Like day 1.
I mean, he is actually getting chunked a fair bit there.
Yeah, it's crazy. And what could happen, like if that portal opens up and crits, it could easily chunk him down. And you might have noticed that he does very, very little HP here on the boss, but still does a lot of damage. And that slam will absolutely one-shot, no question about it. Kaiser going back in with portals, trying to like mitigate some of the mechanics. Just like waiting for them to explode and then just boom. So much damage.
Easy.
Easy Act 9 boss. And now that means that Kaiser unlocks Merc Lab. And not only that, but this is actually such a huge unlock because let's say that Kaiser dies now after unlocking Merc Lab. His next character will be able to do Merc Lab
Oh, Sage died,
super
rank 1
early.
Ranger.
Oh no.
Let's switch this POV real quick, but...
That is a rank 1 down. Huge rip.
Alright. Oh, he's just watching.
He's
his
gonna
own
watch the clip
isn't he?
for us. Oh, he's clipping it. Ah, the Act 9 boss. Oh!
Wow, I told you about the shotgun, chat. You can see, if you squint a little bit, when they overlap like that, they just instantly kill you. He's not happy about that one.
Oh, so fast too with the haste.
And to make it all the way to Act 9, almost at Merc Lab. Oh man. Sucks too, because then he doesn't have the trail.
Yeah, he doesn't have the trial for the Oasis, so that's probably, I would say that is literally the worst time in the Gauntlet you can die. Literally the worst time. I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'm also gonna go get a drink too, I think.
No, I'm okay. Brutal, man. Brutal.
It's already 3 a.m. Not bad.
On your jug, Bone Shadow Guide for Gauntlet, you don't have an Affliction Ascendancy listed. Well, we can just take a look at what Al Kaiser is doing real quick. I think I have his profile open somewhere here. So I don't know if they have one. No, so Al Kaiser doesn't have a Wildwood Ascendancy. If I had to take a guess, I would say they would go for Charms, if I had to take a guess. But the problem there is you don't have any good Charms while leveling, really. So it's a little bit tricky. Exile's mapping now? Yeah, we saw that, Obviously, we can only see 3 POVs at a time, and, you know, I guess if Khan's in lab, we can swap back to Exile just to get all endgame POVs. Yeah, so we could do a gear comparison at some point later. Because I'm curious who's got the better gear here. They seem pretty similar geared though, eh? They got the same flask setup and similar life values, so. Will Gauntlet come to console ever? I have no idea.
Greetings.
I have no idea.
Stay
Unfortunately, this would be the one to answer that question. I think I've heard this say probably not, was the answer to that. I think. Tinctures are OP? True, yeah. Yeah, true. Maybe the Wildwood with the tinctures is the better choice. How are the new players doing? From looking at the leaderboards, very corpsey. But I do remember checking out DM and Rax, and they seem to be doing decently well. I'm impressed that they're still going. So yeah, DM is chillin'. Looks like he just... Yeah, looks like he's still clearing Act 2. Just did Fiddy and Weaver. So he's progressing towards Val now. And we have Rax. Demon Act 2. Yeah, I mean, he died 4 times, but he kept going and he figured out a build and he's chilling now. And then obviously we have Rax, who is middle of Act 3, so he'll be doing lab not too long from now. So they're both alive and both doing well. So what about Rise? Raizu has remember he didn't die. He actually got his what do you call it? He got his alt gem, his trans gem, first try. Or maybe not first try, but he got it early, and he decided to re-roll straight into the Barmer build that he wants to play. So he has actually already re-rolled. So I don't know if I don't think he's died, I think he just re-rolled, so. Is Mathel part of it? Mathel has opted out of the gauntlet this time. As he has told, I remember checking out his stream, and he's got the white text, for like, you know, because obviously I guess he gets the question a lot. So he had that big white text, not playing gauntlet this time.
Do you mind if I steal one of your missiles?
Go for it. Yeah, go for it. He gets like twice a minute, yeah. Did you learn anything new from just looking at other races and not racing? Main thing I learned is Ben and Exile must communicate a lot because they're doing like similar pace, similar thing. They must communicate. You know, they must like talk a lot about theory crafting the gauntlet. I think they have a mentality of doing as best. You know, they like the competition. They don't mind sharing all the strats between each other, so they're pretty happy to share information with each other. I think they all are on the Discord. So in terms of strategy, well, the big thing, and I mentioned this earlier, is you would think with the pace that they're going at, it's all about speed, right? Like they're just speed running this. And that's true, but the way they speedrun is through having powerful builds. Because if you look at both Ben and Exile, their builds are strong, right? Like they're not playing weak builds that are like under-geared. They're actually very well geared and they're very strong. They only plan around what they can realistically get, so it's, you know, what would you say? It's repeatable. But what they do repeat is very strong, so. Alex and Valenta now, yeah. So as we saw, I mean, I think he'll be fine, but Valenta is capable of shotgunning you to infinity. But Alk knows this, so I assume he's not gonna... Yeah, you see he's gonna avoid getting shotgun there. Yeah, consistent, yeah. Because I personally don't mind a bit of RNG. Like, I'll play to gamble, but Ben and Exile don't really go for that gamble. They go for something repeatable and consistent. So what is Ben's build? So Ben is currently playing Volatile Dead of Seething. Now you do need to clear the gauntlet with a trans gem, and so they've opted for Volatile Dead of Seething. This is mechanically very similar to DD. The main difference being that you can't realistically scale it with Ignite, you have to scale it with Hit. So no Ignite this time. And the endgame scaling is different as well. So it kind of plays it's like Blade Fall, Blade Blast. So you are most likely, I'm just spitballing here. I'm predicting that they'll boss with Desecrate Arcanist Brand and spam VD. And then what will happen is the Corpse Pact will scale attack and cast speed of that, which will increase your single target as long as you can trigger it quickly enough. So it's, like I said, it's kind of like DD and Blade 4 Blade Blast in one, if that makes sense. So the mapping might not be as nice as regular DD, but obviously DD's banned. But I think the bossing will be... Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if that Arcanist brand setup is pretty insane. Doesn't the Ignite scale with the hit though? Yeah, but you can only have one Ignite on a target, Azura. So if you DD 10 times, your damage is the same as if you had DD'd once effectively. So the issue there is you can't scale Ignite with a multi-hit. Well, you can, but it's stupid. Like, you know, it's just, you know, it's just bad, right? So the bossing is worse. The Ignite scaling from DD is really strong. Yeah. I mean, I have not POB'd this build, so I have to spitball a bit. It wouldn't surprise me if it's high damage though. Ben said it's about 10 times weaker. Really? 10 times weaker? So let's say Ben has 10 mil ignite. You're saying he has 1 mil DPS VD at endgame? He said 2? Yeah, I was gonna say 2 times weaker makes more sense. 10 times is like what? You have to mix that very well, by the way.
Oh.
Like very well.
No?
Like a lot. Yeah, you have to mix it more than once.
Okay.
And
Well.
it should. You really it goes at the bottom, so you want to like.
Right.
Well, otherwise, what will happen is you'll have a layer
just had a
of
rip.
just seasoning.
Right.
So it should look blacker than that,
Okay.
or darker.
Just put that here. There.
Yeah, I'm my expert at mixing noodles, chat,
Nice.
and it should get thick.
Oh, okay. Put in a little bit less water, because I was worried it would be too watery.
Oh no, it turns in. Oh, you probably messed up then. So it will turn like sludge.
Okay. I'm feeling that it's sludgy already.
Yeah, when you put the thing on, it'll cook it or whatever and turn into. Yeah, this is casting noodle tech right here.
Where are you
I'm
guys
making-
casting from? We're in Steele's house right now. Because like obviously I have a child, so being like really really loud while casting and stuff
I've
would
dealt
be
with far
a bit
darker
disruptive.
shadows than you, exile.
What noodle are those? Wicked late night noodles. And it's late night. This is the only time you're allowed to eat them. If you eat them during the day, you actually die. You mean your house? Yes, it is my house, but still lives here. Not sponsored? True. True. Another
Ah,
rip.
God
We just
is
had 2
dead.
people in top 50 die.
I feel like that's probably an Al-Qaeda lad.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. Got 5th God and 5th God.
Probably. Late night noodles with Sis and Steel. Yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. We can do another display chat out as well.
Alright. Another commercial time. I wonder which ones I haven't played yet.
Is everything bleak in the gauntlet? Is how you're a bit depressed and down? Brighten up your walls and put a display on them. But wait, there's actually more! We have loads and loads of cool different displays that you can brighten up your walls, and they're super simple to attach to a wall. As long as you have a straight and flat wall, you can put one of these sticky metal bits on them, and boom! Magnets! It's basically magic. It attaches to the wall. If you have multiple displays and you want to move them around, it's super easy. You just pull them off the magnet and put them back on. Even I can do it.
Alright. Yeah, go eat.
I'll let it cool a bit. It's too empty. But don't do that. This is not an eating stream. It's not a mukbang stream. I'll eat a bit later in a cool time. Also, that might pick up a lot, so I might like dish for like 5 minutes and eat real quick. Yeah, no, I was going to say
Save
it.
it. Yeah. Well, we definitely need to see it. We'll definitely review some of these rips tomorrow. Though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we will wake up to a lot of rips as well, so that'll be a lot of fun. It's been honestly like a surprising amount of rips to Solaris and Lunaris. I wasn't expecting them to be that deadly.
Exile is the first to enter the estuary.
There it is. 2 people competing in maps.
Look at them go.
Look at them go, dude.
They're gaming.
Logan, dude. Logan? No, that's very fun.
The cast should be 5 p.m. tomorrow, so we'll get some sleep. Hopefully wake up a little bit before, and we can jump into the cast at 5, and we'll eventually cycle to a 12 p.m. start time.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be starting 12 p.m. every day. That is the plan. That is the plan.
Yeah, I say hopefully, because we're gonna have to like somehow maneuver our sleep schedule back a few hours each day.
Yeah, and if Steel doesn't wake up, I'll just bang on his door until he does wake up as well. So that'd be nice. I don't know if I have keys to here. Maybe I do. Oh, that's too
I
warm.
actually don't know if you do or not.
To kill
sure.
Talakura.
You looking sharp?
First to enter cemeteries. So right now we're seeing a lot of the early map clearing. And I don't know if we've seen anyone like open their atlas for long enough to see what they're going towards. I'm guessing maybe they already have one guaranteed essence per map. I haven't seen. We will see now. Let's try to pay attention with Ben getting there. Level 76 as well. And he will be picking up another atlas point here. Now there is a bounty for having both Brother's Gift and Brother's Stash at the same time.
Yeah, I guess there's a non-zero chance, right?
Yeah, you could technically get both in the same map. Those chests could have a Brother's Gift and a Brother's Stash.
Yeah.
You have some Delirium stuff there as well. Let's see.
So did Alkaiser clear Katava? Or is he just getting ready to enter maps?
He is just, well, I mean, I was gone making some noodles, but I haven't seen him. Man, look at that. And those projectiles that you're seeing here would be extremely deadly and a lot of past gauntlets. And one of the things that people are really scared of, but because there's not as much Fizz's extra and things like that, they are a little bit more reasonable than normal. But multi-pros does make them like very scary.
Oh, he's doing a bone shadow swap.
Ah,
So obviously ditching the Sunder there.
There you go.
that makes sense.
So yeah, obviously this league, Magic Find has been a very big part of the league, with the Wildwood being so strong with quantity and rarity buffs. So there's a chance we see some Magic Find in the Gauntlet. I don't know if it'll be Magic Find in the sense that people will swap in rarity gear. I don't actually think that will happen.
Maybe a rarity gem.
Possibly. But we will definitely see some Wildwood farming. I know Khan was mentioning the charms, which we talked about. Maybe some tinctures from El Kaiser wouldn't surprise me for some blast sustain. So we'll see how that goes.
There is an essence there, so he might already have the one guaranteed essence, which will
Yeah.
start adding up as like some free, like early on it's just free alchemies for some rings and stuff. Wow, that's clear though, but we're about to see him open it. Atlas right now. Probably won't have long to look, so if you blink, you'll miss it. Gonna keep that shield. And a nice shield. So right now he's gonna be keeping like anything that's usable, especially in case he has to swap a lot of gear. That could be like a very, very good thing to hang on to.
There is a king bounty, so we will see a king clear.
But that is an endgame king,
Yeah.
not an
Now, in
early
terms
one.
of people farming that which was taken, people will probably. It's not a super hard boss relative to the rest of the combo.
Especially if you have a lot of damage.
Yeah, so I could imagine people at least killing him. I don't think people will go out of the way to farm it.
I think they will. That which was taken could be a very, very big upgrade for a lot of builds. And getting one stat that you want, something like suppression or restoration, on top of something else, like one other stat, could be very, very game changing early.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, I guess
Augmented
they'll-
life.
They'll probably want the cover now.
Yeah. Yeah, early on you have pretty much no regals. Regals early are exceedingly rare, and even getting a regal during a campaign is just like quite unlikely that you're going to get one. Kaiser now has the third trial, assuming he doesn't die here. That'll be a huge, huge buff for future characters.
Yeah, because you can actually do that mech lab earlier before you get to Act 10 if you have the trials unlocked, so it's nice to have that just done.
Yeah. So I think he's about to open up his atlas, and maybe we get to see what he's doing there. Maybe.
So these guys are what is termed as blasters, correct. So Exile and Ben are probably the two best players in the game right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
This one. I'm not even doing it on purpose. When is he gonna open up his atlas? I've been waiting.
We're all kind of push jumping right now because we got it. Like he said, it's going to be very quick. So we just want to see what direction he's going to go.
Yeah,
if he is
like-
taking essences in Kirak, that's what I would be guessing. But
What?
there we go.
Oh, so okay, so he does
Oh,
have essence,
and
and he's going on the right side for
Yeah.
John.
I don't think I
I need to be doing that.
Essence and Jun. I assume he'll pass to Kirk eventually, though.
Probably.
Yeah, and worth pointing out, they are skipping the Wildwood. It is something I would say that you do when you've over-leveled that mechanic. Think of Wildwood as a tier above at least, minimum. Maybe a 2, honestly.
I'm just gonna go inhale this food real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, see, when we're using one mic for casting, so I had this thought as well when I was down below getting food. I realized I can't eat on stream because we can't mute my mic because we're using the same mic. So yeah, he has to go scoff it like this off cam.
I'm watching you.
Yeah, I meant down below, like, you know, stairs, but eat on stream. Ideally, we don't do mukbang casting. Ideally. If I remember correctly, Ben wanted Essence Keurig Expedition, right? Should I switch from Spinning Steel to Gauntlet? Sorry, Spinning Steel to Helix. Khan does, so I would guess the answer to that question is yes. But yeah, as I said, because they are in the Oasis, this should be relatively cozy farming for them. So they're just going to work on getting the suppression going for yellow maps, getting that Atlas passives, playing it safe, getting that, you know, just overpowering the content. And they're going to want to stick here for a while, so... I would be surprised if they progress into red maps today. I mean, I guess they have to, right? I mean, I guess this is... See, I wouldn't, that's the thing. But... that's the thing, I don't know. Do you think, you know, chat, do you guys think they're gonna go for red maps? Or do you think they'll do the slow, steady strat where they do the Kirak missions? I think it would be crazy if they were doing red maps by tomorrow. You know, by like 12 hours from now. Slow. Ben said no reds earlier. Right. See, that's interesting. See, that right there shows you why this gauntlet is different. They are not planning on running reds ASAP. Like, normally by day 1, they would be in reds already. But I don't think that's going to happen this gauntlet. I think that would be, even for them, it would be a mistake. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be the first into reds, but I don't think they'll be the, I don't think they'll be in reds for a while. So what's different? So the difficulty of the mods is different. Is Ben using stationary VD? Volatile Dead of Seething. I don't know if that means stationary or not. Okay. So what are the mods? I do have a thingamajiggy. I think I still have it up. Is it this thing? Oh my god. Yeah, I did it. So, so right now this is where they're at. As you can see, the campaign is fucked. White maps is okay, right? And then you can see wrapping up to yellow and red maps. Up to reds, which is what we were talking about earlier, is 50% less damage, 40% more damage they deal, 20% haste, 30% AoE, 4 proj, which is so toxic by the way. That's actually super toxic. That's super toxic. And then 20% faces extra chaos. So they're gonna need capped res, and then they're probably still gonna die randomly to multi-proj AoE. That is toxic, dude. That's super toxic. Massive for MF. Well, we don't think it works, so. Okay, anyway, just closing that.
You can take a quick break if you want.
Yeah, I'll go.
We can take it longer, bro.
Yeah, I'll take a small break. Alright. My lovely co-host.
I have inhaled food. Alright. Ooh. I'm good. I am good. That was good. A little bit of food. We can take a look at some of the other people and see how they're like catching up as well and see who's still live. Oh, Scion Gauntlet going down to position 49, and even that is like fairly high level. Waggle is around that level 49 mark too. Check on card. Yeah, we're gonna be going through quite a lot of people right now. Let's see. Ventura is off for today. We'll keep Ben open. Rise is making steady progress. So Rise has not died, by the way. Rise has not died. He got his Transfigure Gem and has rerolled. You can see the build has a lot of damage. So he's doing something called Bama. It's Blink Arrow, Mirror Arrow. Can be very, very interesting to see how that performs. Let's check in on Darth. Darth is still at death counter 4. He is in Val Ruins. So I'm guessing that means that he has picked up his Ascension, which gives him all that free res he needs. He's at 800 life already. Really taking his time. Being Toxic Rain. Just absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it. Captain Lance is back from baby duty, is level 49. Dad Gamer. Can we please not have lullaby music? I'm trying not to fall asleep. There you go. Lance killing it. Although, maybe he's not back from baby duty. Maybe he's just on screen. Let's check how Jung is doing. Rax is killing it as well. He is in Act 3. Oh, he's maybe actually doing like Swing of Hope and stuff. Like he's maybe doing the side quests. He's done for the day. Okay. Do characters move to Void or Hardcore SSF Affliction at the end of the gauntlet? Hardcore SSF Affliction. So Jung is farming Merklab, but look how fast he is. Just absolutely zooming through. Rax as well, just honestly very impressive. So for those that don't know, Rax has never played hardcore in PoE before, and so he does play hardcore in Diablo, but this is his first gauntlet and he is deathless and in Act 3, so absolutely crushing it. Absolutely. Lance just raided. Thanks so much, Lance. Welcome everyone. Let's see who else is still going.
Absolutely.
Tracked him. I think I see the lead. Let's see if MB Extreme is still going. MB Extreme is called it quits for today. See if Slage is re-rolling. He is. He's back in the climb. You want to do a chair bike?
Sure.
Rax is in Act 3. And Darth is at the end of Act 2.
Very nice. Rex changes left click. I guess he was forced to. Rex did the move only now.
Oh, that's funny.
It's forced.
So it's actually really interesting. Like Darth is actually going really fast because think about the fact that Darth is at 4 deaths and isn't too far behind Rex. But Rex is just taking his time and doing deathless. So both are pretty valid strategies. Obviously, not dying is great as well. So Slage is re-rolling and is back in the climb. And then we can see, do a checkup on MPM. Usually goes for quite a while too, and he is at Act 5 Kitava. I wonder if he's died.
Who? MBM?
Yeah.
I think he just rerolled. So I don't think he's died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did that champion just for the bounty.
Let's see. Dr. Dexter called it, right? Pilla and Nordwinds both hard at it. Pilla's level 54. I think Nordwinds is like 3rd on progression. So yeah, so he is in maps as well. Absolutely crushing it.
That's cool to see Nordwinds.
I know, it's so good.
A relatively unknown, at least I've not heard of Nordwinds before, competing, not far behind at all.
Literally competing with the best Path of Exile players.
Yeah.
I love when people come out of the blue. Or could it be?
No, it's not Thai, obviously. Or could it be?
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 Oh no!
You will be remembered.
Let's see. Say Bye Bye is also farming Merc Lab, and this is what we're going to be seeing a lot of now. We're going to see a lot of normal labs. We'll keep casting for a bit, I think, and see like a lot of the map unlocks and stuff. Like quite a lot of exciting stuff happening there. But we are going to be seeing a lot of normal lab Merc Lab and a lot of normal maps now for a bit.
What's